at the end of the day, I think the biggest reason, and here's my conspiracy, I guess. They did not want to pay Luka. They did not want to pay that super max contract. That owner just bought the team. They were like, I don't want to give someone this amount of money, so they traded.
I don't think it's.
I think that's the only thing. Unless Luka has this injury, some crazy injury we don't know about. That's the only thing I think.
Luka is box office. You'd make way more money back keeping him on your team than not paying.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Jersey sales, all that. Like,
no, I mean common sense. Like we're using common sense on a trade that doesn't make sense. So that's why settle things. All right. Before we get into the next kind of anime topic,
Sauce, check Discord.
We got a lot of reactions to the situation with Luka. Miles, we didn't get yours. Where were you? Because we were actually talking about WWE and the Royal Rumble when this happened, and I posted the reaction on my TikTok. It actually it got like 100,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
So, where were you when you saw the news about Luka getting traded?
So I was laying in bed. We were actually talking about basketball. Funny enough, I was laying in bed. I was just chilling in the VC, chatting about basketball, and then y'all's favorite person, Manny joins up, and he's like, "No fucking." He's like, I was gonna copy the way he talks. He's like, "Yo, Muddy, no fucking way, Luka's on the Lakers now," and everybody's like, "Yo, like, that's fake, right? There's no way possible Luka would be traded. Nobody saw it would be possible." We all go on X. I downloaded X for this because I don't use it. We see Shams post it, and everybody's like writing it off as fake. All the comments are saying it's fake. So I was like, all right, I'm getting ready to call it. I'm going to bed. When Shams posts the trade details, I'm like, oh, like this seems legit. This is like an actual trade. This is possible. And then he's like, yes, this is real. This is not fake. And then ESPN posted it. All these networks posted it. I went downstairs in the crib. They were hype about it, talking about it. And it really settled in. And I'm like, yo, like, first of all, I was like, they really did my nigga AD dirty. That's crazy. That was my first thought. And then second, nobody's saving the NBA no more. Like, if Luka could get traded, and I do kind of think this is a very particular situation, but the fact that they did it, anybody can get traded. The probably only untouchable players in this league right now are probably Jokic and Wemby. Anybody can go. You mess up, you're out of there. But I mean, I don't really particularly care. Like, the Lakers are smart. They secured their future. Luka's the face of the NBA. I don't like that. Not even because he's like European. I just don't like Luka. And I think Jokic, he's a better player. Let him be the face. I get he don't have the charisma, all of that stuff. Sure, whatever. Reward the best, man. Don't reward that fraud, Luka, man.
real?
And then I'm sorry for my nigga AD because they sent you over here to the Mavericks with that defense wins.
Dog water.
They're talking about not even that. Like, to me, it boosts him because now it's like niggas can't deny AD no more. I believe AD was top 10. Some people didn't. AD's definitely top 10. He was basically traded one for one for Luka. But my problem is you going over there to not do shit because they're not winning the chip this year, nor next year, nor the year after that. So it's like, what is the point? AD career done. What are you gonna do?
Hey man, shout out Nico Harris.
Unless he doesn't resign and he goes somewhere else.
He can come back to the Lakers.
Go somewhere else to do what?
The Mavericks are the 11th seed. Good luck.
They just lost again too.
You know what's so funny is it's so funny how a lot of media members like AD now after they was trashing for years. It's really weird.
That was my point. Everybody likes him now.
It's like, oh, he's this, especially Charles Barkley.
Yeah,
Charles Barkley,
Barkley for it.
That was nasty. Like, you've been calling this dude street clothes for years. Now you're saying they're a top two. Stephen A. Smith, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of his Laker and LeBron hate, bro, because like you're gonna try and sit there and tell me that Stephen A. Smith said that the Mavericks are gonna be the number 1 seed.
Smoke. He must have not known the seed. The Mavericks.
They are 15 games back. 15 games back of the number 1 seed right now.
Run.
Stephen A. Smith, he don't be watching basketball.
Like, I'm like, bro, you do realize that I don't know how many games are left for the how many games the Thunder done played. The Thunder,
we're about halfway through the season.
yeah, the Thunder played 48 games. They would need to go on a crazy losing streak,
and the Mavs would need to go on a crazy winning streak.
Like I was like, they're not about to be number one seed. Either you just didn't know, or you like the next 34 games. The freaking Thunder need to lose like 17, 18 of them. Like they need to go. They need to lose about 20 games. So I'm like, bro, and the Mavericks need to go on like a 32-5 run the rest of the way, which is not happening. So they're not about to be number one seed. They might miss the playoffs, by the way. They might miss the play-in.
That would be.
They might make the play-in, but they still might lose though.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying.
Kyrie or AD get hurt.
That's best case scenario though. They get the play.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you are.
They got an injury-prone team. Clay be getting hurt, AD be getting hurt, Kyrie be getting hurt.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, AD's been relatively healthy the last couple of years, but you're right. Like
Derek Lively's hurt right now.
Need the Mavs not to make the playoffs. Need Nico Harrison to lose his job. Hey man, that's tough.
Also, another untouchable is Austin Reeves.
Chill out.
No, he's gonna get traded.
This is the same GM that.
Oh my gosh!
This is the same GM that when he was working with Nike, he was the one that messed up the Steph.
He called him Seth.
Yeah, he called him Seth. He called him his brother's name. He's also the one that didn't want to extend Jalen Brunson when he was like Jalen. I think at that time Jalen wanted like a $44 or $50 million contract.
That was a smart move, though, to me.
They need to figure out who this did about this GM. Like, y'all see the report where it said that he talked to them about trading Luka and the owner laughed, but then he did it behind the owner's back. He did it behind the coach's
I don't think he did it behind the owner's back.
I don't know. I don't know.
He said the owner
initially. To kind of contextualize.
Oh, okay. Maybe
I believe happened.
But
yeah,
he told the owner. He told the owner. The owner laughed because it was such a ridiculous idea. And then he probably kept on convincing the owner, and then the owner kind of came around, and then he did the trade.
Well, so we need to investigate the owner too. Then we need to investigate.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Cuban, the moment he sold his majority share, it was done. And the biggest thing about it, honestly, and the more and more I hear it, because the conditioning and that stuff, that's BS. That's all BS. I ain't hearing that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not hearing that. What I truly do think it might be. I mean, him overweight is an MVP candidate, 30, 10, and 10.
I agree with you, but it is a cause of concern, though. So I do believe that. I don't think that's the only thing, Riddell, but I'm saying I do believe that was part of their decision.
They could have been like made them annoyed. I agree, but I think the biggest reason, at the end of the day, and here's my conspiracy, I guess, they did not want to pay Luka. They did not want to pay that super max contract. That owner just bought the team. And they were like, I don't want to give someone this amount of money. So they traded him.
I don't think it's that.
I think that's the only thing, unless Luka has this injury, some crazy injury we don't know about. That's the only thing I think.
Luka is box office. You'd make way more money back keeping him on your team than not paying.
Yeah.
I don't think
Jersey sales, all that. Like,
no, I mean common sense. Like, we're using common sense on a trade that doesn't make sense. So that's why I'm using a sense of logic, especially considering they brought up the contract in the first place. They kept on bringing
Sauce. What Sauce just said is the reason why I think.
Let me go into that, please.
Sure, Random. That's the reason why I think.
So the new team, or the majority owner group for the Mavericks built the Palazzo in Las Vegas. So there's this conspiracy theory where they're trying to basically make it so untenable for the Mavericks at this point that you move the team to Las Vegas. We know that everybody's going there. NFL's already there. The hockey's already there. Baseball's throwing some feelers out, and it's going to be the new mecca of professional sports in America, and they want to go there. And obviously, Mark Cuban, they've been slowly, ever since he sold he became minority owner, they've slowly been moving him out. He just got his tickets, and that's it now. He doesn't have any say in anything. Because, I mean, you heard Mark Cuban said that, hey, man, if it's between Luka or my marriage, you'll see me at my lawyer's office getting a divorce. Like, the man literally said that. So you could say the thing, and obviously you could talk about the league and its declining ratings and things going on like that, even though they just signed a new deal. They're about to sign a new $1 billion TV deal, so I don't know how you feel about that. So send him to the Lakers, getting interest back in the league again. But if this is what is true, like Sauce said, the owners have a stake in Las Vegas. They want to move the team to Las Vegas, and I guess just screw the Dallas like the NBA did with Seattle in a way to move the Mavericks down there. And it's a lot easier to move them down there when you don't have a marquee guy, which doesn't make any sense because you think moving to Las Vegas with Luka is better than moving to Las Vegas without him.
But at the same time, Dallas is such a big market too. Like, yes, Las Vegas is bigger, and thus they probably would make more money in the long run. But Dallas is still like a huge market.
They could probably reroute a lot of the fans that they're getting from the basketball games to their casino.
But you know how it is.
Even
it's
if they
just,
don't leave, I also
money.
Gambling's also in the process of getting legalized in Dallas as well. So being gambling tycoons that own a team in Dallas, I think there's a lot more behind the scenes than I don't even think a move has to be the main objective.
Apparently, Luka said there's media day with the Lakers. This is something I'm seeing on Twitter. I'm seeing multiple people post about it, saying that Luka he responded to the Mavs criticism, and he said it's a motive. I know it's not true, but it's a motive. Basically, talking about their criticism revolving around his conditioning. Which, I mean, he's not the most in shape guy, so.
Jokic looked like a tub of lard.
But he still dropped 70 last year.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a problem. He thinks the conditioning thing, at least in his mind, is BS. It's in his mind. It could be true. Maybe he's not self-aware, but in his mind, he thinks it's BS.
And look, like season ticket holders have thousands of them are getting refunds for their tickets. Like that
report's not true apparently.
Either way, the GM has come out and said that
I would sell my season tickets.
Yeah, the GM came out and said, "Oh, I knew the fans would be mad, but I didn't think they would be this mad." Like, how long you been around the game? Whether not as a Nike executive or a GM, like you should know your city. It's hard for a team like Dallas. The only other great superstar they've ever had is Dirk. They don't get guys like that. You don't get guys like that.
It's not even his city, bro. He came here in 2021. It's not even like he's been there forever.
So, but I'm just saying, like, you've been around the game enough to know that that's why, like, if you're gonna trade Luka, fine, but trading him and then you see what, like, when De'Aaron Fox got traded to the Spurs, and I'm not the basketball guy, but I'm like, if I'm getting De'Aaron Fox, if I'm about to sell De'Aaron Fox, I'm definitely asking for multiple first round picks, Miles.
I mean, apparently he did. So apparently the idea is that he requested Dalton Connect and both their first round picks.
How did you fold? How did Rob Pelinka?
Because they're good. They're good friends. They're good friends. They worked in Nike together. They both worked with Kobe together.
So you got worked. So you got worked.
Rob. I feel like they did each other like favors or whatever. I feel like it was really like a
advantage of you. What favor could Rob Pelinka do to?
I don't know what.
Apparently, they're like almost like best friends. Like they're like this.
Lonnie, you could save my life. You could literally save my life.
Well, I'm not giving you Luka.
I'm not giving you Luka for a first round pick. For one first round pick, you could save my life.
Yeah, it's actually insane. And the smear campaign was disgusting. Nobody knew. Jason Kidd didn't know. No players knew.
Jason Kidd looked like he was gonna kill somebody.
Yeah, it's just
threw him under the bus in that press conference too.
It's probably the craziest trade. Nah, this is the craziest trade I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a trade like this ever in sports. And this is probably one of the craziest like sports moments in my life. Like KD Warriors, crazy. LeBron Heat, crazy. This is right up there.
They were free agents.
At least those were like we knew KD wanted to go to the Warriors. He wanted to get traded.
I think KD Warriors still the craziest thing I've ever witnessed, bro.
Yeah, but at least that was like his own choice. Like at least people were aware that was happening.
Like the greatest team of all time was assembled.
It's immediate impact for sure.
Like this is crazy from the standpoint of we've never seen before, but I think the other one's just crazy because we saw the greatest team of all time be assembled in our lifetime.
That one's more impactful, but the unexpected nature of this one, this is crazier to me.
Also, yeah, KD didn't get traded; he just signed.
Signed. So like that's why, like the fact that everybody did the same thing, whether it was Nick Wright, Skip, they're all like, "Oh, Shams got hacked." Low on playback, Shams got hacked. Everybody was like that. Everybody had the same thing, and for the fact that Shams had to say, "No, this is real,"
no one.
And at that point, I know Adam Silver was like, if unless he was part of making sure Luka gets there, he was laughing in his office. Like, are you sure? Miles, are you sure you want to trade Luka for a first round pick? And AD's a great player. Great player. He ain't Luka. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey man,
Like, I don't know what to tell you.
They won a chip in 3 years. It was a good trade.
No, I still don't think it's a good trade.
It's a good trade if you win a chip in 3 years.
I disagree.
It's
You sacrifice your
You can-
entire
you can-
future.
you can handle the
You
deal.
can make the same argument. Luka could have been there, and you could have still won the chip.
Luka was
You-
there for 7 years. They're not competent enough to win a
Well,
chip.
that's the only
with
thing
him
that's
there.
They haven't built a
Riddell.
competent
They
team
have to
until last
they-
year.
If they don't win a championship, then there's like no
They
sell.
haven't been competent for 7 years. I'm supposed to believe they're going to be competent in 7 more.
With Luka, you can be. LeBron didn't win his.
wasn't-
LeBron
it
didn't win a
wasn't-
chip in 7. Like
It was. And LeBron left to get his chip.
it would be better if he left than you. Imagine it. Imagine if,
But
if Cleveland.
I'm not
if Cleveland
talking
traded
about
him.
what's better. I'm talking about Luka staying in the Mavericks. It wasn't happening. Last year was their window. Last year was their chance. They squandered it. What's going to happen in these next 2 years? Celtics probably again, or Thunder. Celtics probably again, or Thunder. How are they building up a team in Dallas? They've had him for 7 years. They didn't utilize him. Let's get him in the Lakers, right? They're about to lose LeBron's big-ass contract. They already have some competent people over there. The chances of them winning a chip with Luka in LA is greater than it is with the Mavericks. If the Mavericks want to cash in and win one more chip, this was a better decision. They weren't going to win shit.
I also have
I completely disagree with that notion, especially considering when it comes to this team. I mean, they still had a window. They got a lot of
Wow,
players. This current team,
they're
wasn't
the
contender.
11th seed, Riddell.
But that's the only reason why they were 11th seed this year is because Luka has been hurt all year.
They're beating the Thunder this year, Riddell, with Luka.
They had a chance, of course. They were the second, at bare minimum. They were the second best team in the West, bare minimum.
So are not
beating
the Thunder.
like
Bro.
Luka
So right now,
niggas are not beating the Thunder, bro.
Right now, the Mavericks with Anthony Davis. I mean, my only issue, even if you thought that they weren't going to win a chip, to say that they have a better chance with Anthony Davis, I don't know how they have a better chance with Anthony Davis.
I said if they win a championship after making this trade, they won the trade. Or not won the trade, but I said it was a good trade. That's what I said. Because they're not gonna win with Luka this year, next year, or the year after. They're not. And
if they had, I will say this, I think they should have kept him, but with the Lakers, he can't get that super max, so they will have more room to get him help in LA than they would have maybe won the Mavs.
Oh yeah,
But
they
at the
don't have
same
to pay that crazy contract.
And someone tell me if it's crazy. I don't think it's too crazy, especially how like they've talked the last 2 off seasons. He doesn't have to sign with the Lakers. You know where he can also sign?
where
He can sign with the Nuggets with his best friend Joker. Because they talked about the last 2 years. We've always
yummies on the same court. We good. Fruit
they
salad.
talked about the last 2 years. Like, hey,
All
we
right.
spent a lot of time with each other in the off season. We're really good friends. Hey, I saw Luka at Joker's birthday party. I didn't see any other Nuggets player. I just saw Luka there.
I mean,
other-
Jokic texted him too. So I mean,
Yeah,
like they're close friends. But I think Luka's staying in LA personally.
But he doesn't have to. That's the thing.
He
So-
doesn't. He doesn't. By no means, he doesn't.
Him and the Nuggets would be OD.
Yeah,
That's too much.
I think he should stay with the Lakers. He said the 2 teams that he likes is Miami and Lakers. So he said Miami number 1, Lakers number 2. So
That nigga
There's
getting
gotta be
his
no
ring.
crazy problems in
He's getting
Miami.
his ring with the Lakers.
oh yeah, he's definitely getting that ring. with
Getting
the
his
Lakers.
ring.
Regardless, I'm rooting for the downfall of the Mavericks. Anybody else can win a championship but the Mavericks. You know?
All right, what's the
That's
next topic?
So next topic.